Home invasion movies are one of those subgenres that very rarely grab me. There were outlier movies that were fantastic, like the French Them, or even the extremely good Strangers, which is one of those movies that just gets under your skin. There has been a plethora of movies like that to come out in cinemas recently, or in video on demand, Blu-ray, those kind of things. There's always going to be a demand for these kind of movies, but they do have this habit of falling into the typical tropes that you get within these movies. Their Inside is one that tries to buck these trends but ends up relying on more tropes of similar fated projects. But we'll get into that as this movie review goes on. Their Inside is all about a burgeoning filmmaker who wants to take a group of colleagues, friends, her sister, to a remote cabin where they're going to shoot this dramatic storyline based on events that are close to her heart, and hopefully make a movie, a story that is worthy of her talents and her time and the effort that she's putting into this. The movie's been funded by her husband, who's backed this sort of passion project for her. Of course, things are not always as they seem. This house seems to have been set up as a kill place, some place where these two masked people are going to torture and kill the individuals inside. We see in the opening scene of the movie one of those really annoying kind of YouTubers making a video unbeknownst to him that there are people about to break in. You get a lovely shot of a patio door behind them where the people are watching them, as he doesn't even realise when he's filming his video for YouTube that he's about to be slaughtered. And one of the things that you notice straight away from this is that the kills aren't strung out. They're not there to torture the individual. They are quick, they are purposeful, they are designed to quickly kill the person. And that is it. They don't try to drag it out and torture them. It's the act themselves that these two unknown individuals are getting a thrill from. The fact that it's on camera this first time is something that feels like a next evolution in their killing profile, something that they really latch onto. So you get this opening scene that gives you the bloodthirsty moments that you want, because there is a long period of time before you get anything else like this again. But it also gives you an insight into the killers and the fact that they have caught on to something. Capturing this on tape allows them to relive this adventure, which comes into play later on when these people are filming a movie within this house, not realising that this house has been rigged with various cameras and that these two maniacal psychopaths can keep an eye on what they are doing as well. But there's a little bit more to it as well. It turns out that the script for this movie hasn't totally been of fiction, and the director may have stolen part of her sister's traumatic events of her childhood and used that as the impetus for her storyline. So you get this dramatic element of these two sisters kind of butting head because it's bringing up old trauma, one is feeling like it's been minimalised and being used for some other kind of purpose. You get the idea behind that. You get the scenes within the movie that really do cleverly fill you in on the backstory of these two characters in a clever way. You know, it is actually telling you information, but in a roundabout fashion, and it's well set up. Some of the kill sequences and some of the thrills and the mystery and suspense of the movie are a little bit played out and a little bit familiar when it gets to those kind of actions. But like I said, they don't draw them out for the sake of them. They have some fun moments with it. They don't languish too long on them, and they get to the kills and the suspense and the moments of horror soon enough, near the final third of the movie. And between then, we're building up with characters and we can kind of see the plan, the big picture for these two maniacs in these crazy masks. Now the masks are very familiar of things like The Purge, the first one, where these over exaggerated kind of anime style faces, these cherubs as these do these horrific things. Within the movie itself there is these strange edited sequences of big cats hunting down their prey, and this kind of operatic music that just blares up a little bit too loud for my liking, and it feels odd. It feels a strange insertion into this film, and it was something that kind of put me in the back foot a little bit, but it becomes part of the story later on, and there is a reason that that is there that I really did kind of like. The ending of the movie leaves you on a question of what is going to happen. It doesn't give you a full stop. There is more story to come after this, but you feel as if this chapter has been finished for the moment. You get an idea of what has happened to everybody else. You get an idea of what is to come and why people are alive at the end and why the people are dead. It's interesting, and it's something that I don't want to divulge just now because it's a movie that I feel you should really check out. If you like things like The Strangers, a little bit underwhelmed by Strangers Prey at Night, I think They're Inside is something that fits comfortably within this home invasion genre. It adds a little bit more to it with the dramatic relationship between the two siblings, the sisters, and the storyline of that going along. And I do like the fact that it has these kind of home invasion aspects, but there is a purpose behind them of why they're doing them. It's good, it's not great, it's worth checking out. For me, it's probably a 3 out of 5. Worth checking out, but do not expect anything super fantastic, but it is a good time. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I will see you next time on Man vs. Film.